Welcome back, guys, to the next episode in our survival single-player Minecraft world here. As you can see, we've got a little bit more to our tree farm now. We've got one each of the three large trees growing uh, alongside our jungle we already had before. Haven't done a whole lot other than grind a bunch of resources, but let's see what we got here. I did add a little bit of a dark oak railing using a little bit of iron I found. I found enough iron to make a pick and a couple of hanging signs just to get this nice railing in place. I think that the dark oak's gonna complement really nicely as a contrasting accent color. I dumped a bunch of chests because I've just been, like I said, grinding materials. So we've got a bit of wood collected for some coming work. We've got some more saplings, some farmables here, some cobblestone and andesite gathered so we can start doing some texturing here when we're ready. I'll have to get some smelting done to get some stone bricks to add in. But we are making good progress. So my plan for today for this episode, I want to get this balcony in, I want to get the roof on the place and get the attic space set up. And I want to build up the tower chamber where we're going to put our enchanting table once we get that far. If I've got time, I'm going to do a little bit more mining. We're going to see if we can't get a hold of some diamonds so that we can get that enchanting table online relatively quickly. And I'll show you what progress we've made down in the mines once I can sleep here, which should be any moment. Let the sun dip below the horizon a little. Bad. There we go. So yeah, just slowly grinding, getting materials ready predominantly. I still need to get a floor in here. We'll get back to that here soon. But down in the mines, I haven't made any progress on a proper mine entrance yet. I want to get the main house in place first. I've half-stared some of this. There's a little pocket where I got some more andesite. No, nothing too terribly interesting. What is terribly interesting... This goes way down into deep slate, which is where we got all that deep slate we mined. But coming off here, I just kind of started mining. I stopped here because I'm tired of dealing with gravel and water. There's so many underwater caves here. So I took a left. And then I hit this little corridor here into an abandoned mine shaft. Was really hoping might have a cave spider spawner. No such luck. I did get a little bit of the iron we have in here, though. So, at some point this episode, we will probably continue exploring through here as well. Hopefully, where it continues down, which is right over here, we'll be able to find a cave spider spawner and not die to it. That's the other thing. And no, it doesn't continue. Wow. Okay, well, never mind. There's that mystery done. Anyways, on my way out through here, I'm going to pick up some of the redstone and lapis that I've unearthed up to this point, and then we will be ready to continue making some light progress. So I'll bring you guys back in when I've got a little more to show for my time. Right, this update was faster than expected. There was a little spot behind a waterfall here, where it does continue. So, we're going to have to continue exploring out here a little later. Good to know I could have gotten chain over there, though. Anyways, here in a little bit, we'll come back through. I'm going to leave this waterfall in place because it seems to be doing a good job acting as a door for now. So I guess a door would do a good job acting as a door as well. At least this keeps creepers and stuff back. And we will continue exploring that here a little bit later in the episode. Alright, guys, haven't even left the mines yet. I had some redstone to dig out down here, and I decided to just dig a little tunnel and see what we could find. And, you know, we got a little bit of gold, a little bit of copper, but most importantly, and I wanted to pull this together here, we've got our first diamonds. So, let's see how many. 1, 2... I'm hoping for 5. And I'm hoping incorrectly. 4 still good, though. One more would have gotten us our diamond pick and enchanting table, but I'm not going to be upset at 4 diamonds. That said, now that I've found that, I may dig a little bit further here, see if we can't find any more. Because if we can, then we can get our tower really, truly started. I'm going to have to start a cow farm to get bookshelves going, but as long as we can get the diamonds we need together, I think we're off to a great start. So I'm going to dig a little further, keep going, and if I run into anything else interesting, I'll bring you guys back in. All right, so I didn't quite find more diamonds. I did find a cave down there. So what I've done is I've set up a crafting table and a chest here. I've dumped everything I had so I don't lose my, diamonds or redstone or anything valuable. And I'm just taking the bare minimum with me. We're going to explore this cave a little bit. Figured I'd bring you guys along for the ride. We just broke into it here. There was some gold down here. And we're just going to see what we can see. And that's my favorite sign. We're going the other direction. You saw it here, saw it here first, folks. I'm not dealing with that right now. Oh, there's some iron, though. That's good. We'll take out anything useful from here on our way back. And yeah, now we just get down into, like, the spaghetti cave sections where everything becomes difficult. Make sure there's no diamonds or anything interesting hidden throughout here. At some point, we'll have to explore both that deep dark section, see if it leads to a ancient city, and also the abandoned mine shaft. Got a couple things to look into very near to spawn here, which is good. Don't have to do a whole lot of searching to find interesting terrain. Plug a torch here so it's not too dark. I always try and keep torches on the right-hand side so it's easy to navigate out. Can't see much, but I can see enough to know that I do not want to be out there. I am not prepared to deal with a warden. So, free experience isn't bad. Alright. Well, that was that little misadventure. I think that I am going to call this enough time in the caves. I might pop a couple little just poke holes going on my way back to see if I can easily spot some diamonds, but other than that, we're pretty much getting ready to head back to the surface and continue building so we can get our starter home going. Well, the good news is, A, I'm getting the roof framed in, but B, we got bees. Which means that I can start a honey farm, which is phenomenal. I might have to move the tree farm because it'll be easier for the moment than relocating the bees. That said, I could also just make hive boxes once I'm ready and relocate them that way, which wouldn't be that difficult. So we'll see where we're at once I get down there. But for now, I've got the roof framed in up to the tower. I'm getting the tower built up to the point that it's going to expand out. We're going to do a little extension off the roof for this balcony and off the other side. Yep. Well, that was tragic. We're going to do an extension off for the balcony here for the front door once I get that far. But I just wanted to get the basic shape kind of blocked in. all of the interior of that is going to be filled in with spruce, I think. I think it's going to be the best tone. Also, the cave that I covered up over here apparently has some friends in it, so I'm going to need to get in there to light up at some point soon. And I'm guessing that I'm going to get a lovely message that I can't sleep because there are monsters nearby, so I'm going to have to take my bed upstairs. Oh, come on. Let's just watch a sunset in Minecraft real quick until I can sleep, and then we'll pick up from there. Actually, that's really all I wanted to show you, though. We've got the roof framed. I did kind of a half slab, half stair curve, so it's a slightly gentler slope. It's not a straight, 45 up. And I think that it just feels a little more cozy. And I think once we have the tower at the back end done, it'll look really nice. So, anyways, sunset low enough. We should be able to sleep unless... yeah, monsters nearby. That's what I figured. Alright, I'm going to move my bed upstairs, and then... hopefully, within the next Minecraft day or two, we should be pretty close to done, at least getting the main framing on the house done. So, I'll bring you guys back in when I've got anything else interesting. Alright guys, we've made a little bit more house progress. We've got the roof on, the next layer's wall in. Like I said, we're going to go in and do some texturing and varying on some coloration later. But, for the moment, we're starting to get the shape out. We've got this little balcony with a below floor. We've got the tower, which goes through a gradient of woods up to light, and then we're going to have dark oak and spruce as the primary colors for the tower top little enchanting room. We're going to have some nice windows off of that. I've kind of put in place the extension for the stairs up. I've got to kind of level out this dirt a little bit here and then have the staircase come down, and then beneath the stairs I may actually make a mine entrance that is kind of lined up to link up with this, so that may actually work out if I just go below there, dig out a little bit of a tunnel, and then connect it up to here, and then just enter our mine normally from there. So I might end up doing that. We'll see how things kind of shape out. And then, for the moment, I'm actually starting to run a little bit low on food. I've had to resort to eating melons, so I'm going to do a little bit of fishing. And then we'll get back to finishing the tower top, and then we're going to start detailing in some of these lower floors. But we're doing pretty good on the house front so far. I'll bring you back in once I've got a little more of an update to share. Alright, guys, we're coming back in. I'm just doing a little bit of mining. Wanted to try and find some more diamonds here, and I did. I actually dug down to 57, or negative 57, I should say. We've got some more right here, so that actually gets us to my goal for the day, which is great. I came down to negative 57 because it's supposed to be, at least, the best current mining level for diamonds. So, we are going to try and make our enchanting table today. This clip is a little bit out of order with the last one, or the next one, I should say, as I thought I was going to be done for the day. I was just doing a little bit of extra background mining work and realized, since I'm still kind of within my recording window here, I may as well throw this clip in as well. So, I tried to dig down a couple different places. Not there. Hold on. Right here, I ran into more water. Down there leads to water. There's another place somewhere that I dug down that also leads to water. There's so many water-filled caves here, so it's kind of making it a little bit of a nightmare to try and get through. I also dug out a large chunk of a tough vein and got a little bit more iron. Speaking of tough, plenty for when I decide to build with it, which I'm sure at some point I will. For now, let's just clear some space. Oh, I found a zombie spawner. Thus, we got some horse armor, and I think that was really the only thing of note other than the zombie spawner itself. A couple of ingots, a golden apple. And of course it's night. Alright. But I've been grinding away in the mines. We're good there. I think I should be alright to make a break for it. We're just gonna sprint. Homeward bound, as it were. There we go. Still need to put on the side door for the porch out here, but problem for later. On my way, friend. That's right, burn away. Cool. Make sure that creeper didn't follow me up. Nope, we are set there. Perfect. Okay. So, we need a bucket to grab some water. And I need to craft my diamond pick. And, do a little bit of inventory management here as well. Let's just, get some cleanup done. Don't need those at the moment. That can stay. Should probably start crafting some of this lapis and redstone into blocks, but we don't really have enough yet for it to be an issue, so I'm going to leave it be. We are getting closer and closer to iron armor, though, which is fantastic news. Made some more charcoal, so I wouldn't have to think about torches for a while. Let's see. I'm actually going to put this in here. Mob drops. Let's see. This in here. Stone. I know it's the boring inventory management bit that nobody cares for, but I'm glad you're sticking around at least. Hopefully it'll only take another moment or two here before we get to the part where we do something interesting. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and get that underway. And then I'm going to have to actually start... Make sure there's no creepers. Yeah. Okay. Grab some water. And then soon I am going to have to... start farming cows, which means I need to find some cows. I think there's some up over these hills. I'll have to go looking. Also need to get a drink real quick. I'm a professional, only smacking my microphone sometimes. Let's see, up over here, I think. Yeah, there it is. And now comes the very slow part. I'm gonna go ahead and speed up this little clip here so you don't have to watch me slowly collect obsidian. So I'll see you guys around the other side. All right. With that done, we are now ready to get our enchanting table up in the tower, which I have fixed a little bit after the last clip as well, or the next clip, I should say. Like I said, a little bit out of order here. I apologize, but I just got very excited when I found diamonds. I figured we might as well get this all taken care of. Also, I'm sorry my voice is going out here a little bit on me as we go. Should hopefully be back to normal next time around. Ah, you know what? Cows. Do I have any leather at all? I do. Okay. And I know I grabbed some sugarcane. Perfect. What was it? There we go. And then that makes that. And we've got book, diamond, diamond, and our obsidian, and we have enough obsidian to do our nether portal as well. Fabulous. And then, up in the tower, we can remove this, place that, which also gives a little bit of light, and then probably put... For now, we'll just put torches here, 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 and here. But soon I should also be able to... Actually, I might be able to now. What does it take to make a lantern? Not sure. Anyways, I'll figure that out later. I'll double check some stuff. But we are in a pretty good spot here. I'm actually really happy with what we've been able to get done. Especially now that the enchanting table is in. We're not going to have any good enchantments yet. But we have the infrastructure started for our tower here. And honestly, from here, I think the next episode is going to be spent doing a little bit more detailing on the house. Maybe get the floor in here. Get some extra windows taken care of. A little bit of decorative outside design because, you know, this looks nice. That's a little bare. That's really bare. I could probably get a small window or a set of small windows there. There's a couple things to clean up around the outside, but we're heading in the right direction. We've got enchantment up and running now. Which means next episode, after a little bit more decorative work, I think that it's going to be time to go find a village so we can get on to the next section here. Anyways, I will hand it off to me from the past to go ahead and close out the episode. But thank you guys so much. All right, guys. I think I am pretty happy with this for the moment. We've got a lot more detailing to do, but I've put in some basics. I've got the stairs up to the first floor entrance. I added this nice little bay window. We've got the roof on the tower in place now, which is fantastic. Let's go get a good look at that from the back view real quick. Right as we're starting to get dark, too. Great timing. And it does set an interesting scale, because you've got the tower from this side that flares out, has a nice round kind of sweeping upward roof. From the other side, you just kind of catch the top of the tower. I think it gives a good look and a good bit of interest and depth to the build from both directions. From this side, also, you can kind of see it there. I missed some upper windows there I need to go put in real quick, but we've got our basic structure in place now. And with our basic structure in place, that means that all we need to worry about next time around is going to be detailing. That said, I do mean next time around because at this point, we are about done for the day. We found a couple things that we need to explore a little further. Obviously, I need to get a cow farm going so I can start getting bookcases in here. I need to get some other just basic stuff up on the run, but for the moment at least, let's just do this. I think we're gonna be a-okay. How do I feel about that? Yeah, I think that's okay. I'll probably replace these with dark oak later, but is what it is. Just go get a nice view before the end here. Actually, let's use our roof access hatch here, because eventually I do plan to replace these torches with string, so we don't have to have a lit up roof. That's all stairs and slabs and fences, so there's no chance of anything spawning up there. And yeah, I'm really happy with this so far. All right, let's take a little fall damage, drop off the roof. Mitigate it a bit by dropping here. And let's just back off and get a nice look before we call it quits here. I'm gonna have to build a little viewing platform over here since I seem to keep using it for my intros and exits, but with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think we are done for this episode. Between episodes, I'll probably grind a little bit more wood. I know I'm going to need more dark oak for a lot of the details I want to do. I've got to do a little bit more mining, see if I can find any more diamonds, get us a little closer to the enchanting table. But for the progress we've made this time around, I'm really happy. So, thanks again for joining me, and I will see you next time around. Bye-bye.